Today's message is brought to you by the Partners and Friends and Anthony Trice Ministries.
God ordered if you get him, then you get the other stuff. The Bible says, come from among them and be ye separate and turn out the unclean thing.
Do you have faith in the Word of God?
Let's get into the Word with Dr. Anthony L. Trice.
We'll read it from the KJV, and then we'll read it from the standard that I have. I'm going to try to help you today. A lot of times we don't realize where we are or why things are happening in our lives the way they are. The fact of the matter is we come to church not only for solitude and tranquility and peace, but most of us are coming because we really need a word from God. We not only need a word for our situation, we need a word to answer why we're doing what we're doing or how we got into what we got into. And so there are many things, many reasons why we're where we are. And so we want to try to help you, amen, in that area. From the book of 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. The text says, be not deceived. Everybody read together.
Be not deceived.
Okay. So the KJV said, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts what? Now there's another version that says, be not deceived. Evil companionship corrupts good morals. And I'm going to try to be I'm going to try to be as brief as I can. We want to talk today on soul ties. Somebody say soul ties. We want to talk today on soul ties. The reality of life, for some of us can be hooked up with the wrong person. Y'all talk to me now. And to some degree that may be some of the reason why things are going the way they're going. The reality of life, it is what it sounds like. It's tied from one person's soul to another person's soul. Soul tied is really, it's a linkage. It's a bond that we normally have. One writer put it like this: it's a neurochemical change that occurs in our brain of both people involved in a sexual encounter. One source uses the example of gluing two pieces of wood together, then breaking them apart. When you take two pieces of wood and you glue them together and you break them apart, the reality of life that he has a part of you and you have a part of him. But the point that we want to try to share with you all today is that one of the reasons why some of us are having the problems that we have is because of what we have in the past been connected with. Really, we don't realize the problem that we are really having. Most people, most of our teachers say that a soul ties is because of sexual relationships. But I want you to understand that you can have a relationship or a soul tie and never have had a physical relationship at all with a particular person. Amen. When we understand the root of it or where the origin of soul tie, because when you look at the text or look at the Bible really does not just say soul ties. It talks about how Jonathan and David was knitted together and how they had a bond with one another. You know, when you have a bond or you have that connection with each other, you tend to feel what that person feels, and that person tends to feel what you feel. It's a bond. It's a connection. It's a linkage that you have. It's what we call a soul tie. But we want to understand where did this come from? How did it happen? I want you to understand that when you really look at the word soul tied, we understand that it is what it is. It's just two people that are tied or locked together. And you have to understand that a soul tied on one hand is good and on the other hand is not good. Because you have to see here that whatever God does on the right, the enemy is always doing on the left. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. You see, God said marriage is honorable, the bed is undefiled, whoremongers and adultery God shall judge. That's on one side. But on the other side, our laws, they say that if we're together for 7 years, that we are considered to, in some degree, married to one another. After 7 years, you can file for some type of alimony because you've been with that person for at least 7 years. On one side, God say marry. On the other side say, well, we don't have to be married, but we can just shack, we can be together, and we can do those things that marriage people does. On one side, the Bible say what God has joined together. Let me hit it again. On one side, it says what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. So on one side, God joined the thing together, and on the other side, we joined a thing together. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. You know anybody that tries to do things on their own, and yet there is no success in what they're doing. It ain't going well, and yet they're still binded together. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. Look at your neighbor, say it's a soul tie. It's two people that have come together and said, I'm gonna do it like I want to do it, and I'm still gonna look for the same success as the other side. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. You have to understand on today that God has a system. Tell your neighbor, say God's got a system. You can't buck the system and think things are gonna work the way you think they ought to work. Because God set up a law, and God said, do it like this and I will bless you. Do it like this and you shall be cursed. See, sometimes we feel like, well, I've got to test the car before I drive the car. Who am I talking to up in here? Just give me a few moments. I'm about to make a left turn down your street and knock on your door. I've got to try it because I've got to see if he or she will be doing what what's mutual, what's compatible. I got to try it now. And if it don't work out a couple of 3 times, then you go your way and I'll go my way. But the problem is when you deal with soul ties and you connect the wrong way, when you go your way and he's go his way, then both of you all are going each way with a piece of each other. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. Let me tell you something. Soul ties are really demonic. We don't realize that because soul ties go against everything that God commanded us to do. See, soul ties is really a bondage. Have you noticed lately how you feel the way you feel? You know, how is it that a man can hit you, or you can stab somebody, or you can hit somebody or cut somebody, and yet they still say, well, I love them. I don't want to leave them. It's a bond that you have connected. It's demonically. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here, but just give me a few minutes, and I promise you I'll try to help you on the day. We asked the question, why do I feel the way I feel? Why am I tormented in my mind? Because he left me or she left me. Why do I feel like that? Because I have a part of him. Because I have a part of her in me. That's why the Bible talks about joining yourself to a harlot, because whatever you join yourself to, you become it. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. Have you dealt with anybody bipolar lately? Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. I'm trying to bring it down to your level where you understand what I'm talking about on today. You see, the reason why you're so dysfunctional and you're bipolar because the man that you connected with, his mama was claiming his daddy just got released from the 30th floor. I wish I had some help up in here. See, his mama had a problem, his daddy had a problem, and when you connected with him, now you got the problem. I'm going to help somebody up in here. Somebody lift a hand and say, Lord, I'm going to praise you anyhow. I stopped by to tell you on today that we're going to break some stuff up in this house. I'm going to break that feeling that you've been having for the last 7 years in your life, when you feel like you need him after he cracked you upside your head and ran over you. You still feel like you got to understand. Y'all calm down now, sit down. I haven't even got to the mountain, I'm still in the valley. You got to understand why people feel the way they feel. Look at your neighbor and say, yes, something is wrong with me, I just can't tell you. What's wrong with you? I've connected with somebody. See, you have to understand, even when you understand the tree factor. Somebody shout the tree factor. The tree factor is whatever my mama went through, most likely I'm gonna go through. The tree factor. Whatever my father went through, most likely I'm gonna go through. What are you saying to me, preacher? Break it down in terms where I can understand. If your mama was a drunk, most likely you're gonna be a drunk. If your daddy was a hoe, most likely, y'all ain't gonna help me up in here, you gonna be a whore. If your daddy was on drugs, most likely you gonna be on drugs. If your daddy was an abuser, most likely you gonna be. I wish I had some help up in here. I know this is not a message where you can just lift your hands and say, that's me, pastor, that's me. But don't worry, we'll be all right. I'm just trying to get you to understand the symptoms that you've been having, and yet you've been denying it. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. What are the symptoms? How did I get this way? Because the curse never was broken off of you. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. You see, if you was a controlling woman, y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. You control your man. You tell him what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and you stand there waiting on him to do it. See, controlling, if you understand anything about that spirit, most women that are in control are very dominant, most men that are in control that are very dominant. Some of the reasons they are where they are or like they are is because of what they have experienced in their childhood. I'm going to help you get out of this tonight, today. Open your mouth and lift your hands and say, Lord, I just want to thank you. See, most of you all that have been in a bad relationship, you made up your mind, not another one this year. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. Man, she almost ran over me, man. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. She stabbed me while I was going out the door, and I was going out the door with the knife in my side. Tell your neighbors, I ain't going there no more. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. Most of us judge relationships because of what we've come out of, and we tend to isolate ourselves. Isolation, you've got to understand, it is a sign of something that is about to break down in your life, because no man is an island destined to himself, but we're all a part of the main. When it rains on one, tell your neighbor it rains on all. Look at how you are. Well, no, I don't need a relationship right now, and that is true. But remember now, I believe this, that God wants every man to have a woman and every woman to have a man. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. A harmonious relationship. But you've got to be careful because the enemy got you the way you are. Somebody say, what is that? Have you noticed lately you feel miserable? You are unhappy. You feel confused. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. You feel hurt, delusional, and depressed. There's a mental disorder and you don't even realize it. Girl, I don't know why I keep going back with him. It can't be the money, and it sure ain't the sex. I'm gonna help somebody up in here. Something has gone wrong. Look at your neighbor, say something has gone wrong. I don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. The fact of the matter is I have no answers for where I am. When I stop by today to give you an answer that you've been looking for, the reason why you're so delusional, the reason why you're unhappy and miserable is because of what you are connected to. Well, the next question is, where does all of this originate? How did we arrive to this particular point? Was it my mother? Was it my father? To some degree it was your mother or your father, but that's not where it originated from. That's not the origin of this bond, because you've got to understand that the enemy is jealous of every relationship that we have with God. He don't want you to love on God, and neither do he want God to love on you. This thing didn't start 10 or 20 years ago, but I stopped by to tell you I feel God up in here. I stopped by to tell somebody it started thousands and thousands years ago. Well, when did it start, preacher? It started in the Garden of Eden. That's where it started. You got to understand, relationships and bonds, they don't just start with a sexual, but maybe they start with communication. Remember when God created everything, he created everything by a word. Tell your neighbor, say it was by a word. It was by a word. A seed that was planted in your mind. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. Remember what God said after he created everything? He said you can have all of this. And let me tell you something. When you are on course, when you're doing all you know to do, God said he won't withhold no good thing from you. So if your blessing is in delay, baby, it better cause you to inventory your life to see where you are, because the Bible puts it like this, Lady Trice. He said no good thing will I withhold from them that walk uprightly. I stopped by to tell you your blessing is in the life you live. If you ain't living nothing, let me tell you something, you hinder what God has for you. Touch your neighbor, say God's got a greater. He's got more for you. Don't worry, it's gonna be all right. Touch your neighbor, say baby, it's gonna be all right. Something's about to change. Look at God now. Pastor Trice, he looks at his creation. Step back. Amazement looks at what he created. After he created it, I believe he may have crossed his leg and said, man, this good. Look at what I did. God will give you everything you want to destroy your needs. I wish I had some help up in here. You know why God is giving you what you want? Because want will destroy needs. That's why David could say it like this. The Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. If he gave you everything you want, what is it you need? at your neighbor. Say, I'm not looking at the resource, I'm looking at the source. I'm looking at where it's coming from. Open your mouth and lift your hands and shout glory. Hallelujah. Y'all got to excuse me. I got a little happy there. Glory to God. And I stopped by to tell you that God wants to destroy your need. He don't want you to be able to go to nobody and ask nobody for nothing. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. Look at your neighbor. Say, I've been delivered from being a beggar. Y'all ain't gonna help me. The Bible says in the book of St. Luke 4:18, it says the Spirit of the Lord is upon me and has anointed me to preach the gospel unto who? To the poor. Everybody should be poor in the house. Somebody ought to be in a place where they can bless somebody. Y'all preaching me up in here. Look at God. He gave them everything they wanted in the Garden of Eden, so they wouldn't need for anything. But the problem that took place, whenever God puts a law there, whenever God says you can't do it, law will always create lust. Because if God never told you you couldn't, you never would have wanted it. But because he said don't do it, you became curious. I stopped by to tell you there's power in communication. The Bible says in the beginning, Bishop Trice, that he said it and he turned around and he saw it. He said it and he turned around and he saw it. For our world was framed by the word of God. What you talking about? You are a walking word. You are a walking word. And that's all you got to do is speak the word. And something will happen. Open your mouth and tell your neighbor, if you don't like the way you feel, change the words that come from your mouth. Oh yeah. Oh yes, Lord. Lift your hands and shout yes. With God from Zion. Don't worry, we're going to shake it in a moment. But I feel something up in here. I feel some prayer going on. Somebody shout yes, Lord. The power of conversation. So here it was when creation came to existence. And devil, the Bible said, he beheld Satan fall from heaven as lightning. And the Bible talks to us in the 3rd chapter of the book of Genesis. It says Satan, or the serpent, was more subtle. Good God from Zion. You see the reason why you didn't recognize who it was, because it was subtle. The snake was on the ground. You couldn't see him moving. You just knew something was coming. And that's how the enemy is. He's very subtle. Before you know it, you've already been beaten. Before you know it, you've already been attacked. Look at him now. He carried on the conversation. And you've got to understand, that's where soul ties originated. It originated from a conversation. You know how you got babies? You know how the man put a seed in you? He started with a what? A conversation. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here now. You don't even have to know how he looks or how she looks. As long as they saying the things that you want them to say, baby, you got me. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here now. Tell your neighbor, say it started with a conversation. You got messed up because you talked too long. You got messed up because you didn't hang up the phone. The conversation got you in the wee hours of the night. The conversation got you driving in the limo. The conversation conversation got you on the elevator going to the 12th floor. The conversation got you in the room without a key. The conversation got you in the bed, and when you got up, you said, what has happened to me? Tell somebody it was a conversation. The power of a conversation. You know what they say? They say conversation rules the world. You can be blind and get you somebody pretty. He looked like he couldn't look it, but that's all right. His conversation got me. Somebody shout, yes, Lord. Conversation got me here. You can say it was money if you want to, but conversation. Somebody say, what money have to do with it? Let me tell you something. The Bible says money is the answer to what? That's the conversation. Money will cause a conversation. You ask the question and money will give you the what? I wish I had somebody up in here that didn't mind praising God. Open your mouth and lift your hand and shout, yeah. Now, you exist in the world and you don't know why you feel the way you feel. Because you can't explain it. Now you're torn, you're wounded, you're vexed, and you're hurt because you're now alone. See, stop thinking that because you have a relationship that it blocks out loneliness. Because you can have people around you and still be what? If we gonna get free of this thing that has got us tied up, we first got to admit that we having some emotional issues. Some of us can't function right on our job because of emotional issues. Now you hurt because of what he did. Have a person ever apologized to you and yet did the same thing over and over again? You say he didn't mean it, but I say he did. Because not only is it demonic, but it's also a stronghold. Stand right here, Bishop. It's all right. I got to get out of here. Somebody said stronghold. Everything you cannot repent of and get loose from. You don't agree with that, though. Well then, if I'm wrong, why you keep doing it and you still what? Repenting. And you still stuck. You know why? Because now you need the who? To loose you from the thing that you can't get loose from. You know it's a stronghold. Why? Because I'm sorry, I'm crying, it hurt me that I do it. But every time I hurt and every time I apologize, I'm still doing the same old thing. Church of neighbors say, I mean well. Tell your neighbor, say, I promise you I mean well. I believe you, man. I believe you mean well. I believe you mean well. You just ain't got no power to break it off for you. Y'all ain't gonna help me up in here. I believe you want to do right. I believe you want to straighten up your life. You just need power to break it off for you, brother. How can you keep on doing the same thing over and over?
Thank you for watching today's broadcast. If ever in the St. Louis area, please come visit our North Campus, located 7200 West Florissant, St. Louis, Missouri, 63136, or give us a call. We would love to hear from you at 314-659-8522. For more information on how to get connected, write to us or visit us online at anthonytrice.org. And we thank you for your continued support.